Hi, Pressing here with a quick guitar lesson, a real guitar lesson from a real ace mother fricker telling you the truth about guitar playing that no one else is going to tell you. No gatekeeping narcissistic idiot's going to tell you. They're just going to feed you a bunch of nonsense. And because, I mean, the truth is that it's all an illusion anyways. You know, you're only looking for that type of stuff because you're not trying to actually learn. If you're really trying to learn, then you're going to pursue knowledge and you're going to be like, dang, these people are full of crap. I need to find some real knowledge, or I need to practice more. That's what I was going to say. The truth is just practice more. Habits that they explain are habits that they develop from playing so much, being isolated and playing their guitar, whether or not they did it for egotistical reasons or for godly reasons, for love or for hate, whatever. A lot of people use music as a weapon. It's very egoic. And that's one of those things. The devil was the ministry of music, and you just saw that orb fly out of my hair. That was not dandruff. If I don't have dandruff. But anyways, the truth is, when it comes to like picking and stuff, they talk about tremolo picking and stuff. And while they're not wrong, man, holding your pick is very important. Because you gotta have a pick to play. I'm just playing. Holding the pick in a certain way is very important, yes. But the reason that they hold it like that is because of playing and practicing. So you need to go practice some exercises, and you just get used to it. You figure out how to hold your pick. If I think about it, I freaking fumble, you know. But if I don't, see, I'm thinking about it. It's not even my favorite pick, though. You know what I'm saying? This is not my favorite pick. This pick's terrible, actually. This is one of the worst picks I could have picked up. I think this pick belonged to my ex or something stupid like that, so it's a terrible pick. I gave my other one to my buddy earlier because he's the one that got me using those picks. But they're nylon picks. I use nylon Jim Dunlops. But honestly, if you look at my finger, if you can tell, it's dirty, but that's because I've been putting that work in, homie. But you can barely tell, maybe. Maybe you can tell. So there's an angle right here on my finger from picking the guitar. It makes it where I can do pinch harmonics with my finger. But yeah, I mean, I can tremolo pick with this finger. I can also, without the nails, but you get the gist. I mean, the only way I've developed picking like that, tremolo picking and faster picking, was just practicing and practicing. I can honestly do anything on the guitar, and especially if I practice it for a week. But I learned that I could play anything. I mean, I was holding myself back. So that's the main thing. If you listen to those people, well, they're right, you know, but don't hold yourself back. Because those videos are made to do that. I know it may not seem like it, but a lot of these videos these days are made to make you think a certain type of way and limit your thinking and put you in a box. And these people aren't conscious of that. They're not sitting around with a whiteboard taking notes and doing this. This is a spiritual thing, you know. This is what ends up happening, and we don't have to go into that, but comment if you want to go into that, because I'd be glad to talk about that. I could talk about that for years and years. I have books that I could write about that stuff and all the stuff I've learned, and it's all very real, and God's very real. But the truth is, when it comes to learning and stuff, the pursuit of knowledge without an ego is the pursuit of God. You know, the pursuit of honesty and truth and growth. That's godly, you know. And then people don't want you doing that, and if you leave it in other people's hands, because other people are not me. There's only one me, and there's not. I promise you. Don't look at me and think, oh, you know, and attribute my qualities to other people, because there's not people like me in this world, okay? And very, very few, and if there are any. And I know everyone's different and everyone's the same at the same time, but whatever, it can go deeper and deeper, as deep as you want it to go. But the truth is, people aren't gonna share knowledge with you to help you succeed unless it's on their time, and they're psychopaths, so they don't have a time, they don't have a interest for you, you're an object to them, so they're gonna gaslight you and gatekeep you the whole way. I've dealt with this already. I dealt with this with my guitar teacher, and while he blessed me and he gave me this guitar, this is a Gibson, and he gave me this guitar. It's the best guitar I ever had, but that's a blessing from God more than it was from him, and it was all done by him, because I was with my girlfriend at the time, and me and her were doing gigs, right, and playing live and making money doing it, and he never came to a single gig, but he gave me this guitar on my birthday while I was doing that, because he wanted to hold it. He thought in his psycho mind he could use it as a way to reel me in and get me away from her, and that was never going to happen, and I made that very clear right at the ribbon, and I could tell that hurt his little ego or whatever, his psychopathic mind state, his little delusional games that he plays. And I'm telling you, this is how all people are. If you think they're your best friend, then they're definitely like that, unless you truly just know that these people just truly care about you, and that's just not the case. I mean, people aren't like that. They're too far gone from all that stuff, and while we never were like that, but we've been gone. I mean, read the Bible. Just read the Bible. But anyways, I developed all my picking habits naturally. And I've also learned that your angle of your hand is important, but don't worry about that shit. You need to practice. You can't pick fast if you don't practice. You just can't do it. It is physically impossible if you do not practice. And that's why these people do it. These people are, a lot of them, I'm not going to sit here and hate on people, but I kind of want to, because it's justified. But a lot of these people are one-dimensional guitar players. They're not putting out original music. They're not putting out anything, but they are putting out these lessons that are just, they're not lessons. These are not lessons. These are things that you're going to learn if you want to be a guitar player. If you're a guitar player, you're going to learn these things naturally. You're going to figure them out yourself, or you're going to find ways of learning them. I learned most of my stuff, the most important stuff, from listening to guitar players play and learning their stuff, and I couldn't play by ear until a long time into my guitar playing. I mean, I could play a little bit by ear, but not enough, but it got to a point where listening to music and trying to play and just learning stuff by memory and just thinking about the different things I played and just honestly experience, just playing and playing and playing and playing in different situations, different things, learning from different people, watching different people play, I ended up developing all the different habits of guitar players naturally, just from experience. And then I can pick up my guitar and I can play anything, and I can learn it based off theory, or I can learn it based off of just my ear. I went to school for ear training, but I was already a master ear musician, and then I went to school and it set it to the next level. Then I learned about intervals and what notes mean and why they're broken up like they are, and the best, that stuff's very important if you know how to use it. I mean, otherwise it's just overload. It's not even that much information, but it can be an overload. And I honestly think the best music's made by ear, and that stuff like that can really help you, in the sense of constructing a song based off of modern standards, which are bullshit, which are bullcrap, and there's good music, sure, but music now is trash. We know that. It's recycled trash. It's garbage. It's garbage. We live in a screwed up devil society, whatever. It don't matter. Anybody can pick up something and make art, just because that we live in this world. This world is so stupid. It's so stupid, man. Like, we have a set rules on how we can make music. And these rules are mostly set by people that don't play music. They're not even musicians. It's a joke. It's all control. It's the devil. Devil's the minister of music. Music is used to control people. Just like everything. They use everything as a weapon, the narcissist. And that's just one of those things. 'Cause I believe that anyone can do anything. Anything can be a song. Like, anything. And I know that that's true. And I don't say that just because I write stuff that's just like not formed or whatever, stuff that's just like random, and it is, but it's like pieces of music, but they're songs. They're definitely songs. I don't care what anyone says. No one gets to decide that. If anyone gets to decide that, it's me, because I played music for 15 years, and I went to college for music. I played music live, did paying shows with a beautiful woman that could sing, had a beautiful voice, that played guitar, wrote beautiful music. I've written original songs. She used to sing my songs, and it was wild to me, like hearing an angel singing my songs that I mean, I put my heart into. That's one of the reasons I fell in love with the crazy girl. But anyone can pick up a guitar and make art, and anyone could have people that might like their music. It just depends, you know. And if they're doing it with love, then they're definitely going to have people that like it. And if they're doing it with the way people are doing it now, you know, if you're like me and you're truly talented, but you're a good person and you're righteous, you got a long road ahead of you. And not everyone can handle that road, and I don't blame them, you know. But I just tell people right now, you know, it's to stay true to God and to the universe and just love and what's right. It's a tough road, and everything in this world works against you because Satan runs this world. And it happens in such a spiritual way that it would blow your mind. You know, the way that TikTok and YouTube have worked against me, and the way that I've learned slowly that everything that I knew in this world is completely false. It's not what I thought, any of it. I was living in a complete bubble of my own projections, but it was also because the people led me on, you know, and that's what they do in this world, because they're all dumb, childish idiots, and that's all they know is mental abuse and mental manipulation, and they fail at it most of the time, but they condition and groom children and abuse children and abuse everyone. It's just a whole big abuse ring of Stockholm Syndrome for Satan, man. Stockholm Syndrome for women, Stockholm Syndrome for Satan, Stockholm Syndrome for evil. But I know it's always going to go that way with me, because that's what I like to talk about, because it's the truth, and I love God. God saved my life. Man, humans were going to want to be dead. They were going to let me just end my life, like, and I was never going to do that, but they would have let me, and I know that for sure. And they would have done everything to put more pressure on me to make me do so. But God saved me. I mean, it's completely. But it wasn't until I faced all my crap, and it wasn't much, because I've been isolated for a long time and trying to do right, you know. But there was little things that I had to face up to, and you know, those are the huge things. They're huge things. They're our core things that make us who we are, that make us blind to the narcissism, blind to the selfish devil, blind to the devil, you know. Once I figured out those things that really made me blind to what I was doing and what everyone else was doing, and how I was feeding into it, and how I was selling myself short and letting my values go, you know, I realized that I didn't realize anything. I realized certain things, and then God came into my life afterwards. You know, I was atheist at that point. I had just said that to myself, declared that to the universe, and then a week later, God freaking filled my body with love I never felt before. And with God, you can do anything. And that's what I figured out. That's the reason I was able to do the things that I did, because I was positive and kind and stayed alone. I didn't force anything. I didn't look for attention, because I don't want to be around evil people, and I didn't know people were evil at that point, but I gave them the benefit of the doubt, because we all tend to project our own stuff on people. But there's only two types of people in the world. There's Satan and God. And Satan is going to tell you a bunch of bullshit and fuck around. And Satan's going to tell you a bunch of bull crap and yank you around and give you the runaround. But I'm going to tell you like this: truth is experienced. I can help you get to the truth, but I can't teach you your truth. But the universal truth is all the same, and it's God is love. God is the truth. You know, positivity and unity and empathy and things make the world go around, make the universe exist. We also make the universe exist, so we got to spread that. We just got to be what we were supposed to be. Naturally, that's what we would be. But I just always have to say that, you know, and that someone that really wants you to learn will tell you that you can find you have, I'm sharing this knowledge with you, you know. That's it. I'm sharing it, and nobody's gonna care because of that, because the majority of the people in this world are what I just described. So if you want to learn how to play something, then go practice. You don't want to practice, you don't want to do anything, but that's why your life's miserable. That's why you're living in broken cycles, and you know, I want you to come out of them. But before you inflict on my life and I have to inflict pain on you, I mean, you know, you already deal with enough that you're in denial of still. But we all know, all the good people know. There's not many of us, and a lot of good people are still narcissistic and pushovers and living in this weird state of insecurity, you know. But I fight against all that stuff, because I know how crucial it is to my development to not be like that, you know, to not let myself become instinctively abusive, because that's what we end up being. You know, we see people doing better than us and we get triggered by it immediately. We don't even think about it. We cop out immediately. We justify it in our mind, and the next thing you know, we're ignoring people, we're hating on people, we're doing shit that's universally negative, and it creates negativity towards that person, and it's a wrongdoing. It's wrong. You have dominion over the earth and over everything. Our consciousness has always existed. Do the right thing. And if you want to learn how to play guitar, go practice. Go practice. I'll give you the exercises to go practice that will make you be able to do anything. But if you don't go practice them, you won't be able to do it. So if you don't practice and you go looking for lessons, you're just feeding your little selfish, psychopathic ego. And you're nothing. You're scum of the earth. You're not even of the earth. You're so far below anything of righteousness and purity. Like God literally is going to have to come manifest onto the earth through people or whatever, and wipe you out just because you're so dumb and send you to hell, you know. And that's real stuff. And if that wasn't real, would my hair be standing up like this right now? Probably, but it's still real.